This is the Royal Gourmet CC1830M 30-inch barrel charcoal grill. And in this quick review video, I want to share my honest experience using it for backyard grilling sessions, family cookouts, and just casual weekend barbecues. I've spent a good amount of time with this grill, so if you're thinking of upgrading or getting your very first smoker grill, I hope my thoughts here can help you figure out if this is the right fit for your needs. So let's talk about the looks and overall feel of this thing. Right away, the Royal Gourmet CC1830M stands out with its classic barrel design. And the finish is a sleek black that honestly looks good on any patio. The grill itself isn't too bulky, it's big, but not overwhelmingly huge. I'd say it has a nice balance between feeling sturdy and actually being something you can move around if you need to. Thanks to the set of wheels, you've got the main chamber, where most of the grilling happens, and an offset smoker that's attached on the right side. The handle is cool touch, which I appreciate because I've burned my hands on other grills before, and that's not fun. The lid-mounted thermometer is right in the center, so you know exactly what's going on inside without having to guess every 2 minutes. In terms of build, it's mainly alloy steel. While it's not the thickest metal I've ever seen, it still gives off a sense of quality when you open and close the lid or adjust the charcoal pan. From my experience putting it together, assembly was pretty manageable. I was a little worried at first, just seeing all the pieces out of the box, but the instructions were fairly clear. I took my time and had it ready in about 2 hours, doing it by myself. One thing I always look for in a grill is how easy it is to get up and running, and I didn't run into any major hiccups with missing screws or misaligned parts. If you have a basic set of tools and a bit of patience, you'll get it put together just fine. Now, let's talk about what it's actually like to use day to day. The main reason I picked the CC1830M was the generous amount of cooking space. According to the specs, you get 443 square inches of cooking area in the main chamber, 184 square inches on the warming rack, and another 184 with the offset smoker. For anyone not used to smoker terms, the offset just means you've got a smaller side box where you light the charcoal or wood, and the smoke and heat flow into the main grill, giving your meats that classic smoky flavor while keeping them away from direct flames. I mostly use lump charcoal because it's easier to control the temperature, and there's an adjustable charcoal pan inside the firebox that lets you set the coals higher or lower depending on what you're cooking. That feature is a lifesaver for me, especially when I'm grilling steaks or ribs and want to dial in the heat just right. In my opinion, the best thing about this grill is absolutely the versatility and space you get. I've hosted family barbecues for 8 to 10 people and fit a whole pile of burgers, hot dogs, and even chicken quarters on there with plenty of room left. Being able to use the offset smoker means I can slow cook a couple racks of ribs or even a small brisket while still grilling veggies or burgers in the main chamber. The warming rack comes in handy more than I expected. It keeps buns and cooked items warm without drying them out. I also appreciate the built-in temperature gauge. I check it often to keep tabs on what's happening inside, which is important if you're just starting out with smoking. The 2-level height-adjustable charcoal pan helps me get the heat just where I need it, whether I'm searing or cooking low and slow. Cleaning up worried me at first, but honestly, it wasn't so bad. The cooking grates are porcelain-coated, which means stuff doesn't stick as much, and a good brush takes care of the mess. The shape of the barrel means you can easily sweep out ashes right into a pan underneath. As far as moving everything, the wheels make a big difference. Rolling the whole setup across my patio, even over a few bumps, is easy. Since it's not one of those massive grills that weigh a ton, I can shift it closer to the house or out to the backyard without much hassle. Of course, there are a couple of things I don't love, and I think it's always important to be upfront about that. The main downside, in my experience, is the thickness of the metal. It does a solid job holding in heat during shorter cooks. But if I'm smoking something for a really long time, or if it's a windy day, I notice the temperature fluctuates more than I'd like. Some heat does escape, and I have to babysit the firebox a bit more than with pricier smokers. Also, after a few weeks, I spotted some small areas where the paint started to chip around the firebox. I haven't had any rust issues yet, but I can see how if you leave this out in the rain without a cover, it might start to wear down faster. I haven't dealt with any major problems with assembly myself, but I've heard from some friends that they ran into a couple of missing screws. Mine arrived with everything in place, but it's something to double-check before you start building. Another consideration is the overall weight. While 50 pounds isn't crazy heavy, you'll need a second person if you have to lift it upstairs or over a ledge. One thing I'd recommend for any charcoal grill is always use a cover. It's not included in the box, but it makes a huge difference in protecting your investment from rain and sun. I'd recommend this for anyone who enjoys backyard grilling but wants to try their hand at smoking without dropping a ton of money on professional smoker rigs. The price point is fair for what you get in terms of cooking area and features. It's perfect for big family meals, birthday parties, or just having friends over for a laid-back weekend cookout. If you're new to smoking, the straightforward controls and built-in thermometer make it easier to manage. Just keep an eye on the fire, and you'll pick up the basics in no time. If you're all about super precise temperature control for long brisket cooks, maybe consider buying some extra gasket tape or mods to keep more heat in. But for most backyard chefs, this will totally get the job done. In conclusion, the Royal Gourmet Company CC1830-inch barrel charcoal grill with offset smoker and warming rack is a really solid choice if you want plenty of space, flexible cooking options, and good value. It's sturdy enough for regular use, looks right at home in any outdoor space, and has the features I use every time. I love how easy the charcoal height adjustment is and how quickly I can move food onto the warming rack when things cook faster than expected. Like every grill in this price range, there are a few trade-offs, mostly the thickness of the metal and the quality of the paint. But with a little care, I see this lasting several summers. If you found this quick review helpful or have any questions about the Royal Gourmet CC1830M, I'd love for you to drop a comment below. Don't forget to hit subscribe to catch more honest reviews and backyard tips. Thank you for watching.